Sweetheart, come on, come help me. Come help Mom make dinner. Sweetheart. Oh, you know I'm busy. Come on, come help Mom.
Yeah, I'm busy too.
We are a family. We're a Hispanic family. Come and help me make dinner now. Andale, come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. It's gonna be fun, sweetheart. Come on. Okay. So we are making we are gonna make chilo con queso.
Why?
It's gonna be fun. We could we could be together like a family. Andale, come on, let's go. Okay? We've got the milk. We got the milk. We got the jalapenos. We got the green chile. And we got Velveeta cheese. Because come on, you can have tomatoes and onions. Okay, let's stop. Right. So we're gonna be making chilo con queso today. Do you know how to make chilo con queso?
No.
Okay, well I'm gonna teach you, okay? And this was passed down from my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mom. It's an amazing recipe.
Okay, just like stop waving around the knife.
Okay.
You're gonna cut somebody.
So first you're gonna cut the Velveeta cheese into strips. And then you're gonna cut it into cubes like this. See?
Mm-hmm.
That's easy, right?
Sure.
Do you wanna try it?
Sure. Ma.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like this? Yes. Mm-hmm. And we'll wait until we finish cutting all the rest of them.
And now it's the finished product.
So now, sweetheart, what we do is we cut the onions. And we have to let these cook. We have to cut them first and we have to let them cook longer until they're transparent. Is that okay? So first what you do...
If I start crying, it's gonna be your fault.
You're so overdramatic. Just like me.
I was just about to say, I get it from you.
Okay? And now we cut. Do you want to help me cut?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How am I cutting this?
Okay. You're cutting it like this. And you just keep on cutting. We'll be back with you momentarily. Okay, sweetheart. So now that we're done cutting the onions, we have to go let them cook. Are you ready?
You almost cut me.
Okay. So dramatic.
Oh, well, I get it from you.
Okay. Now you have to cook these until they're transparent. So I'll let that cook for a while. And now onto the tomatoes. Okay, ready, sweetheart? Now we have to go put the tomatoes in the pan. Okay. Would you like to help me?
Yeah, give me a knife. Give me a knife.
My sweetheart, I'm so proud of you. Your mommy's so proud.
Sure.
Okay, so now we have to cut the hatch green chile. And now you're gonna cut it into strips. And once I get done with this can, I'm gonna pour it into the pan. Now we have to go put the green chile into the pan. Like this. Okay, so now you're gonna saute the veggies for a little while and make sure the butter melts inside. For now, we'll wait. Okay, now we have to add the cheese.
Ma, what do you want me to do?
Can you get the can milk for me, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you add the cheese to the veggies, so that way it can melt together and it can make chilo con queso. And next we need to add the canned milk, which my daughter Fritzy is doing.
Yeah. So just pour it?
Yes. Come on, sweetheart. You see me do this like a million times.
I've seen you do it, but I never help.
True. She's so rude to her mother.
Okay. Sure.
Now it's a heterogeneous mixture, and now we can eat our chilo con queso. Hi, my name's Jackie.
And I'm Fritzy.
And we make chilo con queso. So in our first step, we melted butter in the frying pan. And one of our first steps was, of course, the safety. So we had to make sure that the fire wasn't, too much in our face. We had to turn on the stove, and so we melted the butter on the pan. And that led from the heat source, which is the heat energy, to rise up to the pan, and we were able to add the butter, which was able to bring it to its melting point. And then our second step.
We sauteed the onions until they were transparent. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the flavor, olfactory organs, and food safety. So first of all, flavor, you can taste the jalapenos that we added in, just a little bit. You can
The
also
green
taste
chile.
the
The green chile. We added the green chile.
We added green chile. And you could taste a little bit of the tomato and onions,
And of course the Velveeta cheese.
Oh, totally. And your olfactory organs, you can like, I don't know, it's
you can
like
smell. It has this really onion
it has
cheesy smell that you could just.
Yeah. And you can taste pretty much everything in there. I guess the sounds of when you're making them,
Like just the onions popping and just the way it just sounds with the cheese. And then food safety.
and then food safety. So we made sure that the handle of the pan was on the side and not in front of where you stand, so that you don't knock it over.
We made sure that no towels or anything was around it to make it, burn.
Make a big fire.
Make a big fire. We just made sure that everything was safe so we could cook it properly and so that you guys could enjoy it. Our fourth step was to add the Velveeta cheese and the canned milk. And the canned milk has flat globules inside it, which was dispersed throughout the cheese to make the chile con queso thicker and creamier. And it led to kind of a homogeneous mixture with the milk and the cheese, but with the veggies from the tomatoes and onions, it led to a heterogeneous mixture. And then our fifth step was to
stir until it was melted.
And blend it together, of course. And in chile con queso, in 1 tablespoon, there's 31 calories. Total, there's 351 calories, or 351 kilocalories.
And if you eat too much, you're gonna get fat and you're gonna die.
We don't want that. The final step is to eat it with tostada chips. Of course, the best part. First step, we melted the butter in the frying pan. Then we cut the onions and we sauteed them until they were transparent. And our third step was to also cut the tomatoes and the green chile and the jalapenos and to saute them as well with the onions. And so we basically used conduction as well, heat from the stove, which led up to the pan, which created the energy to cook all the food together. Stop!